Smile, you're on Canon camera. Hey guys, so today's video on it is about why it's not a good thing to judge others. This is a very important topic, I think. This is a real problem in our world today. Sit back, enjoy this video as we talk about this in this tree fort that my dad built, as we're in the forest here. This is a really nice tree house. And yeah, we're just kind of chilling out in the forest in my parents' backyard. So you have any thoughts, Sarah?
Yeah.
Why it's not good to be judgmental?
You know, I think that it's not a good reason to be judgmental because you don't want people to be judgmental towards you.
Yeah.
You know, you got to think about how you feel when people, you know, say mean things or are judgmental against your own views. And you want to be open-minded to others, people's opinions, because you know, you don't know everything 100%. You may have views wrong on something or think something wrong, or you know, like I was a meat eater for a long time. I didn't know no different. So
It's true.
Until I learned, and now you know the right thing. But I'm tired.
Sarah's tired. I've heard an example before. A person was walking around and they step on somebody stepped on the other person's foot, and the person who got their foot stepped on, you know, it hurt, ouch. Why don't you watch where you're going? And then they look over their shoulder and they see the person with the cane and they see they're blind. So you don't always know the whole story on things. It's like, all right, you see somebody and it's like, man, this person sucks, they're rude, they swear, they're mean. How does anybody act like that? How can anybody be like this? I don't know anybody else like that. And then you go and you look at their family and, you know, maybe you got suicidal brothers and sister, alcoholic parents, and just into drugs and any other kind of stuff that just destroys and ruins lives. You know, you look at the family, maybe somebody in the family's in jail for murder, and you see, actually, that's the best person in their family. Having a background of information of somebody else is a good thing to have.
Yeah.
Because you don't always know the full story. Another reason it's bad not be judgmental is bad reputation. It gives you a bad reputation. And another thing that I want to bring up is it gets harder to talk to people if you're a judgmental person. There are certain people, and I'm not going to say who, because that's not appropriate, but there are certain people we hardly tell them anything anymore. They'll hear the news from somebody else, and when you condemn somebody and you disprove and you don't encourage them, you're out of the loop on things. You're out of the family circle, I guess you could call it. You're out of the circle. So that's another important thing. I think everybody likes to feel included and be included, and there's just certain people we don't want to tell anything because we know what they're thinking, even if they don't say it, and we know what they're thinking because they've you know, just judgmental in the past. So you get less included, and when you're less included in things, and if somebody doesn't want to tell you something, chances are there's other people that don't want to tell you things either.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it's harder to make friends, it's harder to love people, and it's harder to encourage people. I've had people tell me before things that, like, yeah, I've never told anybody else that before. And that's because, you know, even if I disagree with something, I just go along with it. It's like, okay, you know, that's your opinion. I'm not going to condemn you for it. I mean, I just go along with it. I try my best not to judge. It happens. Sarah does it. Honestly, anybody watching this, if you've never judged anybody before, please comment below, because I would love to meet you. Sarah would love to meet you too.
Yeah.
If there's any,
that's possible.
yeah. If you've never judged anybody, please give me your address. I want to come meet you, because you are one of a kind. You're a one in a billion. So it's an important thing, I think, because if people, okay, I'm trying to be a fitness trainer here. What if somebody comes in there that's over 300 pounds and I just tell them, hey, you're big, you're out of shape, and being judgmental. You think that client's gonna want to come to me? You think that client's gonna want to come to a trainer if a trainer says that to them? You think they're gonna want to? Of course not. Like, okay, yeah, thanks for stating the obvious and lowering my self-esteem. So that's reason number, I don't have numbers on here, maybe reason number 3 or 4 not to do that is you can lower somebody else's self-esteem. And usually I think if somebody's being judgmental, they have a low self-esteem themselves.
Yeah.
They got issues up above.
They're not happy with their own things.
They have their own insecurities. And then that's something to work on themselves. You have a closed mind. Now, if you don't have an open mind, it's hard to change.
Oh, it is.
I've seen so many closed-minded people, and it usually is more the older generation that I'm seeing it in. I mean, this is kind of a judgment in itself, how ironic. But again, not everybody's like that. But it seems the older a person is, usually the more closed-minded they are. And I think that just generally happens to most of us with age, because we get used to living certain ways, we get used to certain habits. And I've pretty much made a vow to myself and a commitment that I never want to be closed-minded. Because as soon as we become closed-minded, can we really change?
Yeah, no.
I think your growth is done if you're going to be closed-minded on things. And if you're judging, you are going to be closed-minded, at least to a certain extent, maybe not completely. So being closed-minded, I think it's hard to grow if you're being closed-minded. If you know a way that somebody can still grow by not being closed-minded, definitely comment down below, because I can't think of a way. Maybe I'm wrong though. Try not to be judgmental. That's why I'm saying maybe I'm wrong. So we want to change. We want to continue growing. We don't want to have a closed-minded mind. I was asking my mom for some tips before we did this video. She's over in the house right now. And one tip she gave is you just have more of a negative mindset if you're closed-minded. It's so true. Just your whole mindset and your attitude on life could probably improve.
You can be a better version of yourself if you have a more positive attitude and just more loving to people, and
yeah,
people are gonna want to be your friend and hang around you more. It's like, oh man, I don't want to say anything or do anything. The person, you're gonna just judge me on it.
I feel more comfortable around somebody that I don't feel like I'm gonna be judged by. Sarah's a person I can talk to. Josh is a person, my brother Josh, he's definitely a person I feel like I could tell just about anything to, and that's great. If I'm having an issue or I'm having a problem. There's some people, if I have a certain this or that problem, I do not want to go to them. I don't want their advice. I don't want it because, maybe just because they're gonna have a negative mindset towards you. But somebody like my wife and my brother, I will definitely want to talk to. If I have a problem, I can talk to Sarah. She's gonna help me. She wants me to become the best version of myself and wants me to be happy. She doesn't want to judge me and make me feel all bad. And that's because you've experienced some of that in your past, so you know how it feels. So
yeah, you
want things to be different. Hard to help people, more of a negative mindset. People lose out on things that are judgmental. Mindset is more closed, gives you a bad reputation. And I did talk to my brother before I did this. We still got to do that surprise party video. We did a cooking class a couple weeks ago, and he just showed up out of nowhere. We still got to do that surprise video. But he put out, letting people's values remain relative, for the most part. People don't necessarily want to change their lifestyle. You encourage them. You don't do it in you don't bash them. If you think somebody can improve in something, you say, hey, here's something that I think could benefit you if you gave this a try. It wouldn't hurt to try, would it? Would you consider trying this instead of do this?
You have to do this or else.
Hey, why don't you consider A, B, C, or D? Or hey, you have high blood pressure. Maybe you should try out a vegan diet. vegans often have lower rates of blood pressure.
Exercise a little bit.
Well, maybe you could exercise a little bit. You know, people that exercise and do cardiovascular, they have lower blood pressure. A vegan will usually have lower blood pressure. People that eat leafy greens, such as spinach and arugula, they have nitrates in them, or nitrites, I think. Confused which one. I'll have to relook that up. I think it's nitrates. Don't quote me on that one for sure. I forgot. It's been a while since I've read about this. People that eat leafy greens anyways have nitrates that converts to nitrous oxide that helps lower blood pressure. Maybe you could try that. You know, suggestions, encouragements, never condemning.
No one wants to be condemned or demanded to do anything. It's not how you're going to get someone to change.
Absolutely not. That never works.
No.
Look at history. Anybody that's ever been forced to do things, it's always been more worse than good. A lot of vegans follow this channel. I'm sure there's a lot of you that would love to see family and friends go vegan. We would too. I don't know if we'll ever see any of our friends go family go vegan. I really don't know if it'll ever happen. You know, encourage them. Show them a dish you're making. This past Sunday's video, we made a dish that was vegan, and my family liked it. My brother liked it. My dad and my mom liked it. They especially liked the desserts. You know, that's kind of a good way to introduce it. Like, hey, this food doesn't have to be bad. Maybe,
good.
Maybe it may not taste as good as pizza to you. It may not taste as good as hamburgers to you, but it was good. That's a way to encourage somebody. Showing them things that you think or you know they would like. I know it can be discouraging. You know, we're very much against factory farming and the environment. Even the health is out of control. Animal products is definitely destroying the health of Americans and millions of people worldwide.
Yeah, it's bad.
Excessive animal products. I would love to see more people change, and it can be very frustrating that I understand it can be very frustrating that you want to see people stop the factory farming if they know what happens. But, you know, we still can't be judgmental. As frustrating as that is. Because, you know, the only thing that is truly going to make this move, help us move forward in this world and change this world, is us coming together, loving one another, encouraging one another, being supportive with a non-judgmental attitude. That's going to change the world more than going vegan ever will. That's going to change the person more than giving to charity, feeding a homeless person. Coming together in a non-judgmental attitude, an abundance, and
this world needs more of that positive outlook on things.
It does. An overabundance of love pouring out from your heart and soul. That's the only thing that's going to change this world. More than anything else. And that's what it comes down, that's partially what it comes down to. I know a lot, just because you're loving doesn't mean you're non-judgmental though. I know a lot of people that are loving, but are pretty judgmental that I just don't want to say certain things to. And if we can all be as little judgmental or zero judgmental as possible, everybody would feel comfortable talking about their issues, talking about their problems, and we can encourage each other and we can move forward in the world. I think that's it. I hit it home. I hit it hard this last minute or two here. I hit it strong. Check out our previous video where non-vegans ate our food and liked it. And
give it a thumbs up.
Give it a
for
thumbs
this
up.
video. Subscribe down below if you haven't already.
Check out last week's video on where we did a vlog. We actually hiked in the woods to Picture Rock National Lakeshore. That was fun. We're going to do another video on that next week. We got to edit that video still.
And we still have a single brother that needs someone. If you...
My twin brother is...
if you've seen him in the last video and you...
think he might be your type?
Hit us up. He's looking, so...
Yeah.
Never know.
My brother is looking for a girl. He don't care if she's vegan or not. So, you're welcome, bro, if somebody comes to you from this video. Alright, see you in the next video, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.